Hi, and welcome to Asana weekday vinyasa class. Today we're going to be started standing, so find yourself in a comfortable stance at the top of the mat, feet about hip width distance apart, feeling grounded and strong, stable. So growing roots deep into the earth, pressing the feet into the mat, lengthening up through the spine, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Palms can be facing forward. Keep your face soft, and maybe even closing the eyes. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath, deepening the inhales to the depths of the belly, and elongating the exhales out through the nose. With each inhale, draw your awareness to your space, your body standing on the mat. And with each exhale, allow everything else to breathe away. Draw your awareness inward with the inhale. Release any distractions, unhelpful thoughts, judgments, expectations. Just release all of that. Find yourself standing here. Relax the shoulders, relax the hands, soften the knees. Take a deep breath in. And all the way up, open mouth, cleansing breath out. Blink open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Keeping the feet grounded, lift up through the fingertips, relax the shoulders. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. Exhale, allow the hands to float back down to your side. From here, we're going to move right into some heat-building chair poses. So staying at the top of your mat in your comfortable, strong stance, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, sink the hips back, heels underneath your knees. Slight tuck of the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the hands, like you're sitting down in a little chair. Long and straight through the spine. On an inhale, press the feet into the mat to stand back up. Exhale to chair. Inhale, stand. Exhale to chair. One more time. Inhale up to chair. Inhale up to stand, rather. Exhale to chair. Stay here for 2 breaths. Sweep the arms back behind you, clasp the fingertips together. Inhale, draw the hands down the spine, lift, open the heart. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink all the way down to seat. If that doesn't work for you, then just meet me at a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. Legs can be crossed. You can sit on your knees, whatever you find most comfortable. Bring your hands to the tops of the knees and take a few moments to recenter and bring that awareness back to your breath. Feel the hip points, the feet and the legs on the mat. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. Drop the left arm to the right knee. Right hand plants behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting from the heart. Turn to look over your right shoulder. 3 deep, slow breaths here. Begin to lengthen the exhales a little longer than the inhales. As you're ready, come back through center. Inhale and bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to the other side. Right hand to knee. Left hand supports your back behind you, propping the fingertips up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, gaze over the left shoulder. Allowing the twist to come from your center instead of your head. Following the body, not your expectations. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, allowing the twist to move you open towards the left. One more breath here. On an inhale, come back to center. Bring the arms up with you. Exhale, bring the hands back behind you. Clasp the fingertips at your low back. Draw the hands down the spine, opening the heart. Inhale, open the throat, lifting the chin. Exhale, release. Come to Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, bound ankle pose. Take hold of your ankles, shins, knees, whatever's accessible, and you bring your heels as close in or as far away as feels comfortable for you. So the closer, you bring them in, the more intense the stretch is going to be. Take a moment to find some grounding through the sitting bones, shoulders relaxed, spine straight. Inhale, look up, open the heart, and then exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, folding over your feet, maybe walking the hands in front of you. Keep the low back straight here. So you might not be able to fold too far. That's okay. You get the same benefits of the pose no matter where you're at. Don't push it too much. You'll get there. Deep breath in. Exhale, melt forward. Focus your attention on a spot a few inches in front of your feet. Relax the knees and the thighs. Keep the shoulders down the back. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, open mouth. Inhale, walk the fingertips back in. Take the hands to the outside of the knees and close the knees together like a book. Prop yourself up by bringing your hands back behind you and gently lower the knees to one side and the other, like windshield wipers. And begin to connect that movement with your breath. Inhaling on one side, exhaling to the other, massaging out the glutes. Find your breath. Let this be meditative movement, not just something you're doing because you're being cued to. Bring the knees back to center. Hug the arms around the shins. Curl into a ball. Close the throat by tucking the chin, squeezing into a little ball to hug everything tight. And inhale, release, lower the knees. Come to tabletop. Hands and knees on the mat. Fingertips spread wide, hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Knees should be about hips width distance apart. Take a moment to ground the hands into the mat, tops of the feet press in. And on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin and lift the tailbone, cow pose. Your exhale is going to be the opposite of that movement, curling the spine, tucking the chin, chucking the tailbone. This is your cat pose. Your inhale brings you back to cow. Exhale to cat. And continue with your own breath rhythm, your own movements, maybe adding in any extra little swaying, rolling the shoulders, whatever your body calls for. Really tune in. Follow your breath, follow your body. Begin to find that rhythm of the inhales and the exhales. Two more times, even it out. And coming back to neutral spine. Extend the right leg long and back behind you, nice and straight, lifting from the inner thigh. On an exhale, bend the knee and draw the heel towards the glutes. And then find your cow pose. So dropping the belly, lift the heel, lift the back of the head. Exhale to cat, knee to nose, curl the spine, drawing the knee up underneath you. Inhale back, lifting the knee, pressing the heel towards the glute, lift the heart, lift up. Exhale to cat, curling the spine and knee to nose. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, curling in. And then inhale back to neutral spine, keep the knee lifted, and just open that knee up. So your leg is parallel to the mat next to you. Exhale, curl that knee in. Press the knee in. Inhale, reach it up and open. Exhale, press it in. One more time. Inhale, lifting that knee open, parallel to the floor. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Lower that right knee on the mat. Shift the hips back over your heels, child's pose. Take a breath, take a rest. Forehead to the mat. Hands extended in front of you. Deep breath into the belly, feeling it press against the thighs. Exhale, release. Inhale, taking your time, slow motion, roll back up to tabletop for the other side. Inhale, extend the left leg long, lifting from that inner thigh, long and straight. Exhale, bend the knee, draw the heel towards the glute, and then find your cow pose. Open the heart as you lift the head, lift the tailbone, press that heel in. Exhale, curl it under, knee to nose. Press the earth away as you press your spine towards the sky. Inhale, lift up and open, keeping that knee bent. Exhale, curl it in, knee to nose. Inhale up, press that heel in. Exhale, curl it in one more time. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, back to neutral spine. Keep that knee lifted and just open it up to the left so your leg is parallel to the mat, like a little frog leg. On an exhale, squeeze that left knee in towards the right. Inhale, back up and open. Exhale, squeeze the knee in. Inhale, up and open. Try to keep your balance nice and straight. You're not leaning too much into that left hip. Exhale, knee to knee. Lower the left knee to the mat, finding tabletop. Hips over heels, child pose. 3 breaths of rest, recovery here. Bring that awareness back to your breathing, your body on the mat. Feeling the warmth spreading over you as the movement begins to bring you blood and oxygen around the body. Take a deep breath in, open up, exhale, let it go. Inhale, begin to sit back up to tabletop. And then take your left foot between the hands for a low lunge. Pivot on that right knee. So your right knee is going to face the right edge of the mat. Walk your hands over the right side of the mat too. So your hips and shoulders are facing the right side of the mat. Left toes are facing forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat next to you. Inhale, lift the left arm. Bringing that left arm up and over. Find a stretch in that left side body. Press your foot and your knee into the mat to inhale, lift yourself back up. Cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot. Pivot back on that knee so the knee and the toes are facing the same direction. And then gently switch knees. Left knee meets your right, bringing the right foot between the feet. I'll switch sides so you can follow along. Right foot facing forward. Pivot that left knee to face the left side of the mat. Walk the left hands over the left side of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand comes down next to you on the left. Reach the right arm up. Find that side body stretch, maybe allowing the right hand to come up overhead. Stay for the exhale. On the inhale, use those right fingertips, pressing down through the lower body to lift yourself back up. Cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot. Pivot back on that knee. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Tuck the toes, shift the hips back, and slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Lift the knees, send the hips back, lifting through the tailbone. Slight bend in the knees here, pressing the chest towards your thighs. Long through the neck, long through the arms. Fingertips spread wide. Create little suction cups with your hands so you're not dumping too much into your wrists. Powerful, strong hands, lifting up through the tailbone. One more breath here. Exhale, shift forward to plank, top of a push-up. Stay here for just a breath. Exhale, lower the knees. Keeping your booty lifted, lower the chest between the thighs, or between the hands rather. Coming to your chin, like a little inchworm. Untuck the toes and then scoot forward to Cobra. Lowering onto the belly, lifting the heart. Squeeze the elbows in, tops of the feet press into the mat. Inhale, lift up and back to Child's Pose. 2 breaths here. Big exhale. Deep inhale. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Notice each part of the body moving together. to lift and press yourself up. Chest towards your thighs. Lifting through the tailbone. Relax your neck. Look between the hands and begin to tiptoe towards the top of the mat, finding a forward fold. Your knees can be bent here. Allow the chest to rest on the tops of the thighs. Head hangs heavy. Fingertips reach towards the mat. On an inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Lengthen the upper body, finding tabletop with the from the back of the neck to the back of the spine, or the lower spine. Long and straight. Press energy out through the hips, up through the front top of the body, lengthening on your inhale. Exhale, slow forward fold, lower down. Keeping the knees bent, we're going to slow motion roll up to stand. So curl the spine, tuck the tailbone, take your time. One little vertebrae stacking on top of the other. Shoulders relax, chin comes up, gaze lifts. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Send the hips back, diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift, coming to that tabletop. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Press the feet into the mat. Press out through the tailbone. Long through the neck. One more breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to get the hands on the mat. Step back to plank, top of a push-up, or you can always lower to your knees. No judgment. Just do what's best for you. Then lower your chest between your hands, finding that awkward inchward pose. Untuck the toes, scoot forward to Cobra. Inhale, lift the heart. Squeeze the elbows together. You should be able to lift your hands off the mat a little bit. We're using our core and low back strength here. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. One more breath. Exhale, shift up and back to child's pose. Exhale, let it go. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, pressing back into downward facing dog. We'll take 2 more of those sun salutation A's. Hips lifted, lengthening through the arms. Keep that neck relaxed, looking back at your knees. Look between the hands now, tiptoe towards the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. Hanging over the lower body, feet firm, head relaxed. Press the feet into the mat, roll up to stand. Bring the arms up with you. Big inhale. Exhale brings you back down. Bend the knees. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Bend your knees. Step back to plank or tabletop if you need to lower your knees. Hold it here. One more big breath in. Exhale, lower the knees. Lower all the way to the belly. Find your Cobra Pose. Scoot the shoulders up and then down the back. Relaxed. Elbows together. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. This time, lift up into your Cobra a little bit more, pressing into the hands. If this hurts your low back, press your hips into the mat a little bit more. One more breath in. Exhale, shift up and back to child's pose. We'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. No rush, you're always welcome to hang out in child's pose or any comfortable seat or standing posture if you need a rest in between this flow. The important thing is to always follow your body before you follow the yoga teacher's cues. On an inhale, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And we'll make our way to the top of the mat for one more sun salutation. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Or maybe you need to come up a little bit higher if your back isn't straight. One more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Press the feet into the mat. Roll up to stand. Bring the arms up with you at the top. Exhale, back down we go. Forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, bend the knees as much as you need. Plant the hands. Step back to plank. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, building heat, building that strength. Exhale, lower the knees. Lower the chest between the hands. One last awkward inchworm pose. Scoop forward for your cobra. Again, lifting up a little bit higher if that feels good for you. 2 more breaths here. Connect inward. Let everything outside melt away. It'll be there after class. Focus your breath, focus your vision, and then press back up and down, or up and back to child's pose. 2 breaths here before meeting back in downward facing dog. Big exhale out, let it go. Inhale into your downward dog, tucking the toes, sending the hips back. Like a little crouching tiger, sending the force back, and then lifting the tailbone, fingertips spread wide. Press your chest towards your thighs. It's okay if you have bend, if your knees are bent. Better to have bent knees and a straight back than to straighten your legs, which often curls the spine. So this is what you look like. Bend the knees, lift through the hips. Good. Look between your hands, come to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand, roll the spine up, reach the arms up overhead, a little back bend here. So press the hips forward, lift through the heart, and then lifting the heart, reach the fingertips back. Slight tuck of the pelvis to protect the low back. Exhale, bring the arms down, heart still lifted. Coming back to mountain, top of the mat. Feel the feet grounded, maybe close the eyes. Taking another opportunity for focus, checking in with the body. Noticing any sweat forming or dripping from your forehead. Noticing the breath and the heart rate. Can you begin to sync those a little bit better? Open mouth, exhale, blink open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee. Low lunge. Sweep the arms up overhead and press into that lunge. So lower the hips, reach the arms and the chest up. And on your exhale, come to half splits. Shift the hips back. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Bring your hands to the mat or your hips, lengthening through the back of that left leg. You can keep a little bend in your left knee if you need that support. You might not have the length in the hamstring or the calf to be able to straighten all the way. That's 100% okay. Find where you're at and breathe there. The rest will come later. Toes towards your face. Look ahead of the mat. Breathe. Big breath in. Slow, relax, exhale. Then walk the hands back forward. Plant that left foot back on the mat. Tuck the back toes, lifting up to high lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. Left knee is bent. Knee over ankle. And then on an inhale, reach up a little bit. Exhale, warrior two. Plant that right heel down so the right toes are facing the edge of the mat. Open the arms. Heel toe the left foot until it's in line with the back arch. Bending into that front knee. Open the hips. Open the heart towards the right side of the mat. Gazes over your front left fingertips. Breathe here. Reach forward, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Tilting the left arm up and back. Your right hand can come to your right thigh. Breathe into that side body. Exhale back to warrior two. Straighten that leg at the front. Make your way to goddess. Heel toe the feet together. You're facing the right side of the mat. Heels come in slightly. Arms like a big 5-pointed star. Take a breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. Bend the knees and sink into a deep lunge. This is your goddess pose. Heel toe your feet apart however you need to feel stable. Try to keep the knees over the ankles. Tilt the pelvis, maybe lowering. Inhale, press up to 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. One more time. Inhale to star. Exhale to goddess. Stay here. Cactus arms, heels in. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to 5-pointed star. Turn your heels towards the back of the mat, toes facing forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Grab your hips. Send the hips back as you dive forward with the upper body. Lift through the pelvis, or through the sitting bones rather. Bring your hands to the mat. Inhale to lengthen like a halfway lift. And then exhale, slight bend in the knees. Lift through the tailbone. Find your wide-legged forward fold. Let your head and your neck drop. Relax the shoulders. Press the outside edges of the feet into the mat and keep lifting through your tailbone and your sitting bones. Sending that breath to the back of the legs, the back of the thighs, and the hamstrings, wherever you're feeling a little bit of tension, a little bit of tightness. Let the breath bring some softness. Inhale, halfway lift, bring the back straight, finding a long straight spine. And then exhale, walk the hands over the left, or towards the left, towards the top of the mat. Spin back on the heel, coming to lunge. Lower the knee, untuck the toes, right hand plants. Inhale, reach the left arm up, twisting in towards that left knee. Press the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Exhale, bring that left hand back down. Bring the left knee to meet the right. Shift the hips back, child's pose. Take a breath, take a rest. Inhaling back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips back. Find your downward dog, lifting the hips and pressing it back. And look towards the top of the mat, tiptoe to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair, drop the hips, lift the heart, lift the hands. Slight tuck in the tailbone. Inhale to stand. Exhale, bring your hands down beside you. Mountain pose for 2 rounds of breath. Again, checking in with that heart rate. Bringing the breath back to your awareness. Feeling the power that you've created in yourself, evidenced by the warmth in your body, and the sweat. When you're ready, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, this time stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee, low lunge. Sweep the arms up overhead and lower into that lunge until you feel that stretch in the front left hip flexor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half splits. Send the hips back, lift the right toes. Hands come to your hips or the earth next to your feet, next to your legs. Finding that stretch in the back of the right leg. Toes pointed towards your face. Relax the shoulders. Try to keep the back somewhat straight. So you don't want to be curled over like this. Lift the heart. If you need to bend into that knee a little bit more to make the back straight, then go for it. Find a few more breaths here. And then on an inhale, walk the hands forward, lower that right foot, tuck the back toes coming up to high lunge. Reach the arms up overhead, bending into that right knee. Exhale, spinning the back left foot down, warrior 2. Align your right heel to the foot in the back, the left foot, arch the left foot, nice straight line. Right toes facing forward, left toes facing the left edge of the mat. Arms reaching out, gaze over your front fingertips. Settle in. Exhale, slow through the nose. Reach forward. Inhale, flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior, tilting the right hand up and back, left hand to your thigh. Breathe into the right side body, pressing those right lungs to expand. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, and turn both sets of toes towards the top of the mat. Heels come slightly in, preparing for Goddess Pose. First in our 5-point star, lengthening out through the fingertips. Exhale, bend into the knees, bend the elbows. Find your Goddess Pose. Inhale to 5-pointed star. Exhale to Goddess. Inhale to star. Exhale to Goddess. Inhale to star. Last time to Goddess. Inhale to star. Turn towards the top of the mat. Actually, we got to do our wide-legged forward fold. So bring your hands to your hips. Toes facing forward in line with the heels. Exhale, send the hips back as you tilt the upper body over the lower body. Bring the hands to the mat, or if you want to take a different variation, you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can clasp your fingertips at your low back. Pull the arms away and then up overhead. Wherever you're at, keep the feet strong. Slight bend of the knees so we don't lock out our joints. Keep lifting through the sitting bones. Quiet the mind, focus the breath. Let this pose be. You clasp your fingertips behind your hand, release the arms, come up to halfway lift, fingertips on the mat or on the floor, long straight spine. And then walk the hands over the right side of the mat, coming towards the top of the mat. Lower the back knee, plant the left hand on the inside of the foot. Inhale, reach the right arm up, twisting in towards your right knee. Fingertips reaching up on the right hand, left hand pressing firmly into the mat. Exhale, lower that right hand. Step that right knee back to meet the left. Child's pose. This can be any variation of your child's pose. You can always open the knees a little bit to widen your stance. Find your breath, find some rest. Notice the quality of your breathing. Have you been able to deepen your inhales and lengthen the exhales? On an inhale, slowly roll up to your tabletop. And rinse it out with a couple cat and cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling the cat, curling the spine. Or any other organic movements that might feel good. Maybe looking back at your tail by pressing the right hip out, looking over the left shoulder. And then switching sides. Pressing that left hip out, looking over the right shoulder towards the right hip. And you're rolling the shoulders. Gently shaking the head, yes and no, left and right. And then when you're ready, stepping back to plank. Step the left foot back and the right foot back, lifting up, top of a push-up. Hold here. Deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. And then bring the right knee underneath you. Plant that right foot between the hands. And actually bring your hands on the inside of the right foot. So heel toe that right foot to the edge of the mat. Hands on the inside, lizard pose. You can stay here or you can lower the back left knee down to the mat. Stay here and breathe into that right hip. Or if you have the openness, you can begin to slowly lower onto your forearms. Or a prop if you have one handy. But let your body guide you, not your ego. Maybe you're just here today. And here is just as good as wherever you think you should be. It's being and breathing in the present moment that allows us to find peace and centeredness. And when we have that peace and centeredness inside ourselves, it's a lot easier to bring that out into the world, those around us. Breathe in, breathe out. Focusing that breath, centering it towards the right hip, wherever you're feeling that stretch. We'll be here for 2 or 3 more rounds of breath. On your last inhale, fill up as much as you can. Deep belly breathing. Fill all the way up. Keep sipping a little bit more air at the top and hold it for just a second. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Begin to walk your hands back. Just enough to allow that right knee to meet the left and lower onto the belly. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Fingertips next to your chest. On an inhale, lift the heart. And reach the arms back, finding half locust pose. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Reach those fingertips back to lift the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Bring the hands next to you, tuck the toes, lift back up to your plank pose, top of a push-up. 2 breaths here, you can do it. Keep the hips lifted. And then bring your awareness to that left knee and bring that left knee between the hands. And then heel toe that left heel towards the edges of the mat. So both hands are on the inside, finding lizard pose. You can lower your back knee if you did so on the other side. Each side of the body is going to be a little bit different, so you may have a little bit more or a little bit less space on this side. Tune in, listen to where your body is at, what's going to serve it best. Maybe lowering onto the forearms, maybe even coming up on the fingertips to give yourself a little bit more space if that's what you need. Find where you're at, breathe into it, and then just sit with it. We'll be here for 3 or 4 rounds of breath. Focus your gaze on an unmoving point in front of you. And let your deep breathing wash over the body. Tuning into that inner peace and inner centeredness that comes when we're fully present in this moment. Two more deep breaths in and out. When you're ready, slowly walk those hands back just enough to give some space to that hip to bring the left foot or the left knee back to the right. Go ahead and lower all the way to your belly again. Inhaling, lifting the heart, bringing the hands back, finding our half locust. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Tilt the hips so you're pressing the hip points into the mat, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Reach the fingertips back. Keep the neck long, gazing just a few inches in front of you. Stay here, or you can begin to lift the feet for full locust pose. Reach back. You can even clasp your fingertips at your low back for a little bit extra. Big toes stay together. Reach it back. Lift it up. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly melt towards the mat. Bring your chin down to the mat or one side of the face. We'll rest here for 3 rounds of breath. Taking a big cleansing breath out if that would serve you. And stay here as long as you need. Whenever you're ready, bring the hands next to your chest. Slowly begin to press yourself up and back to child's pose. Take a wide-legged version this time. So toes together, knees wide to the edges of the mat. Sink the hips down. Allow the belly to lower between the knees. Forehead to the mat. 3 more breaths here. On your inhale, slowly begin to sit up. Bring the knees together. Finding hero pose. So sitting back on your heels at the top of the mat. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, keep the left hand lifted. Drop that right hand. Reach the left up. Side body stretch. Exhale that left hand down. Inhale, both arms up again. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Reach up with that right arm, pressing into that right side body. Exhale, bring it down. From here, we'll take baby cobra pose. So sitting back on your heels, walk the hands back behind you, fingertips facing in. Squeeze the elbows together to lift the heart. Open the throat by dropping the head back. You can stay here, or if you want to try the next level, begin to lift the hips up off the mat. Pressing the hips and the thighs forward, dropping that head back. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. Gently bring the head back up. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Take a gentle twist towards the right. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand behind you or at your hip. Gaze over that right shoulder. Keep your hips facing forward as you twist from the core, gazing back over the right shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, slowly back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead and twist towards the opposite side, towards the left. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you or on your waist. Inhale to lengthen, hips facing forward. Exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. Slow, extended exhale. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands to your knees and finding a cat pose back. Press the shoulder blades apart, breathing into the back of the heart space, tuck the chin. Inhale back to hero. And shift the hips to one side. And extend the legs wide out in front of you for a wide-legged forward fold. Sit up on the hip points, moving any flesh out of the way to feel that direct connection with the ground. Your knees can be slightly bent. Fingertips in front of you. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, begin to hinging forward at the hips. Walk the fingertips in front of you. You don't have to go too far to feel this stretch. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the head lifted. Breathe here. Allow some stillness. Find that spot to focus on in front of you. And as you just be and breathe, you might find the body releases and you can walk the fingertips a little bit further. Maybe not. Tune in and be curious. Couple more breaths here. On an inhale, walk the fingertips back to center. Draw the soles of the feet together for bound ankle pose. Drawing the heels in towards your hips, however far feels appropriate for you, and taking hold of anywhere that's accessible for you. If you can, grab your toes. If not, as close as you can. If you can, clasp the fingertips together and cradle the toes with your feet. Kind of wiggle your hips forward. Relax the shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold over the feet. Hinging at the hips, you can use your elbows to kind of wiggle forward a little bit if you're there, if that feels good. We don't want to jerk our bodies into anything, so lead with the heart and lead with your breath, not with your ego. You might find a nice deep low back release stretch here. Try to keep the low back straight. When you find a good spot, just release the head and the neck, let it hang heavy. Continuing to bring that attention back to the breath. Exhale it all out. Inhale back in as you gently release, sitting up. Draw the knees together by closing them like a book. Hands prop beside you, windshield wiper, lowering knees to one side and then the other. Slow, controlled movements. And then coming back to stillness, extend the right leg long, keep the left knee bent. Walk that left heel in towards your hips, sit up straight. Right hand comes back behind you. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, bend at the elbow and press the elbow into the knee as you twist towards the right. Look over your back shoulder. Keep lengthening through the spine. And exhaling, allowing yourself to melt into the twist. Two more breaths here. Release on the inhale, coming back through center. Lower that left knee to the mat, keeping the sole of the foot into the right thigh. Find yourself strong and stable on the mat, on the sitting bones. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Turn the heart towards the toes. And exhale, reach for the foot. Again, hinging at the hips, not curling. Hinging, lowering the arms wherever they land, and then draw the shoulders back into their sockets. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, now allow yourself to melt forward. The upper spine can slowly curl. Drop the head and the neck. Relax the legs and the feet. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And settle in for another moment or two. On an inhale, lift the gaze. And just like coming up from a forward fold, we're gonna roll the spine from the tailbone up through the back of the heart, shoulders come up, head comes up next. And switch sides. Extend the left leg long this time. Bring the sole of the right foot into the thigh. Get yourself set up, stable on the mat. And then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Turn towards that right foot. Exhale, hinging at the hips, keeping the back straight. Lengthen the fingertips towards the earth. Draw the shoulders down the back. Inhale to lengthen one more time, and now exhale, melt forward. Relax everything towards the earth. Let gravity draw you down. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Allow yourself to settle in. Be here for one or two more rounds of slow, deep breath. And begin to lift the gaze, starting at the base of the spine, roll up through the spine to sit up, dragging the fingertips with you. When you've reached upright, bring that right knee up. Draw that right heel in towards your hips, extend the left leg long. Inhale the left arm back behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, right elbow to the inside of the knee and twist open or twist towards the left, gazing over your back shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, twisting from the heart. Inhale back to center. Extend the right leg long, shake it out, tapping the legs and the feet, swishing them out. And bring the fingertips back behind you. We'll have a couple options here. For a heart opener, you can take either reverse plank, or you can bring your feet to the mat, bending the knees, and take reverse tabletop, which will be a little bit more gentler. So if you're still feeling strong and like you've got a little bit of strength left in you, you can point your toes. Inhale, lift it up from the hips, lifting up through the core, drop the head back. This is your reverse plank. If you took the reverse tabletop, bring the feet together, knees together, lifting up through the heart. Imagining that a little altar pose here. Continue to lift up through the belly. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Bring the knees together. Wrap the arms around the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl into a ball. Press the back towards the back of the mat. Tuck the chin. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, curl into a ball. One more time. Inhale, lift the heart, squeezing the knees in, dropping the head back. Exhale, find your cat pose, curling into the ball, holding onto those knees, finding that stretch in the low back. Inhale, back to center. Slowly make your way to your back. Keeping the knees bent. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open mouth. Extend the right leg towards the sky. And drawing the knee in towards your chest, finding a little hamstring stretch. And then bend the knee and bring the right ankle over the left knee. Lift up that left foot. Supine figure 4 pose. Reach between the opening of your legs. Grab the hamstring or behind the knee. And slowly, mindfully draw that left knee in towards your chest as you energetically press that right knee away. Lengthen through the back of the neck by tucking the chin. Breathe into any areas of tension you feel, opening up that right hip. Relax the jaw. 2 more breaths here. Slowly release that left leg. Coming out like we came in, lifting the foot, long straight foot, flatten the foot like you're holding up the ceiling. Lower that right foot down and we'll switch sides. Left leg lifts, flattening the foot, reaching up through the heel, and then cross that left ankle over the right knee. Lift the right leg so you can reach between the opening of your legs. Grab the right hamstring. Gently pull that right leg in towards you as you energetically press that left knee away. The more you pull in and press out, the more stretch you'll feel. Tuck the chin, relax the jaw, relax the face. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly release that right leg so the right foot meets the earth. Extend the left leg long, press up through the heel, holding at the ceiling. Exhale, lower that foot down. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to open towards the sides of the mat. Inhale, reach up overhead, take a stretch. Keep the arms lifted above you, or you can lower the elbows like cactus arms. Spend a couple breaths here. And then close the knees, bring the arms back to your side. Drop the knees to the right. Extend the left arm out, gazing over the left shoulder. Gentle supine twist. Inhale back to center. And switch sides, lower the knees towards the left. Extend the right arm long next to you, gazing over your right shoulder, looking towards the right fingertips. Inhale back to center. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. On your inhale, tune in if there's any final shapes, poses, stretches, noises, facial expressions you need to make to close out your practice. Feel free to take any more little movements that you might need. Otherwise, whenever you're ready, lengthen out the body on the mat, lowering the legs. Become completely relaxed, releasing everything down. And begin to bring stillness to the body, starting with the toes and the ankles. Relax the legs and soften the knees. Feel the hips and shoulders begin to melt into the earth. Allow the arms and the hands, the fingers to become quiet. Relax the chest. Relax the neck and the jaw. Soften the face and close the eyes. Feel the head safe and supported on the mat beneath you. Allow yourself this time to reflect, to release, and to just be. I'll let you know when it's time to reawaken. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your body on the mat, in your presence, in your space. And gently bring some movement to the fingers and the toes, the wrists and ankles, the arms and the legs. Feel free, of course, to spend a few more moments here as you need. As you're ready, gently roll to one side. Take a breath. Gently press yourself up to sit at the top of the mat. Keeping the eyes soft or closed. Draw the hands together at heart center and tuck the chin. Gaze towards the fingertips. Together we'll take a final inhale and collective exhale. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions in some small way contribute to that happiness and to the freedom of us all. Thank you.